Alpern, you've gotten this far. You're making Company of Heroes history in our little dweeby universe. This is allegedly epic. How are you feeling? Just keep it simple.
I'm feeling good.
Feeling good?
Simple, eh? It's
simple. Go take a nice long break. Good luck and have fun. We're keeping it simple. You've been here before. You've been pulled into deep waters. Are you going to be a swimmer or are you going to be a shark in Game 5?
I'm definitely going for the shark approach, especially with victory choice, with victory point. I think I got the victory point advantage. Yeah, I think he's up for a surprise.
Okay, 15-minute break. Lovenest with the fighting talk. Alpern, Lovenest, Game 5, ace game. We're ready. The players are getting ready. He's going to close out of CoH2 for the last time. Well, the second to last time of today.
Oh, we've got... are we on?
The people have seen something interesting, something very interesting, and we're not going to spoil it for the attendees too much. We're not going to spoil it for the attendees too much. Okay. Let's spoil it a little bit. Can I get an O? O. Can I get a K? K. Can I get a W? W. Oh, that's so nerdy, but we're here for a reason. That's to be incredibly nerdy right now. Let's get into Game 5 with a shop full of surprises. That's Alpern. We know Lovenest went Soviets, but we now know Alpern and certainly went for a very interesting event. Let's see what chat's reaction was to that. Right then, we're hot on when they're going to launch. Let's keep on it. Guys, let's hear your predictions.
So, I think it's going to be a tight game.
Tight game?
But I think that the experience of Lovenest will carry him through.
Oh, Ed?
I think no matter what happens, a sweaty nerd will win. And I think that'll actually be Alpern. I'm living with him. You know, we've been staying in the same digs. He's been quietly confident, and he's coming in with the momentum of the last game.
Quietly confident. He's been so confident. I've never seen someone as confident as Alpern is right now. But let's see how it pans out in the game.
Waiting for them to load in. They're probably waiting for me to say something, actually. That's my bad. They're just buying extra seconds. I know their game. That's why Lovenest was like, so, who had victory point control? Alpern had a 4 victory point win game. They're buying more time.
Yeah.
He's a competitor. Honestly, he's really clever at this stuff. Anyway, but I like gamesmanship.
Oh, yeah.
Within reason, unless it's like, obviously, being a...
Because I always thought when I did my first tournament game, I thought you should always try and pick first. But then I went up against Lovenest and he let me pick and then countered picked. And I was like, oh, that's how you do it.
Absolutely. Here we go. The light has gone out from the window outside, so I'll put the monitor up now. We're getting to dusk settings. And we're going into Crossroads ML. Oh my, there's anticipation in the air. This is the most epic tournament we've had in a very long time, since GCS2 for God's sake. And we're in. I'm going to make sure we're as live as we can be before I launch in, and there it is. Hello there, this is the voice of AE a few days after the event has finished, and I'm just covering over the fact that I accidentally muted the microphone for the first 30 seconds of the game. I want to take this opportunity to thank you for watching, but also to thank Ed 80Hz and Findeed for commentating with me on so many tournaments in the last year. Their commentary skills have improved so much since they've been casting. They're two great friends of mine, and I just really want to compliment them on doing such a great job in the Grand Final of GCS3. Hope everybody enjoys. Cheers.
Early mobility pick from Alpern. What do you think, Finn?
Yeah, I think you're right. I think this is actually a pretty good map for. I think it's a pretty good map actually for OKW because they can sit their flat calf track right in the back of the map and stop any cutoffs being taken. But I think this commander pick suggests maybe an early sniper from Lovenest.
Does indeed. possibly necessitate an early sniper from Love Nest. We started quietly into this one, but we're anticipating a raging climax. Early game analysis indicates Armoured Assault Tactics is a really good commander. The only reason we're seeing it, though, because it doesn't have any early game potential. It's all about that late game. Alpern's not bothered about that, though. He's gone for aggressive OKW strategy with this converted VW Beetle Volkswagen for the people. Can Alpern make a victory for the people in this game?
Well, he's definitely representing the newer people to the scene and everybody in the tournament setting. Loveness, the old and tested veteran. He's got probably a few tricks up his sleeve still yet, Matt. And I like this OKW pick. I was mentioning earlier, we barely saw it this whole weekend other than a Refero best of one. Lo and behold, another best of one fin, and we see OKW again.
Yeah, we didn't really have to have a best of 5. It's indeed turning out to be a bit of a best of 1. Loveness going hard for this western side. We've got Stone Pioneers with the dropped model. Volksgrenadiers is gathering behind heavy cover, but that's some staunch Russians firing their Mosintogas from behind a bush. And they focus that Stone Pioneer and forced it away. What can one Volksgrenadier do against so much temerarious play?
What can one Stone Pioneer do against such reckless hate?
That was what I was trying to say. I made up a new word instead, apparently.
You did. I mean, that was
been a long day.
I loved it. I think I'm putting it in the dictionary right now.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. Can you do that? I know you work near the government and such things. Can you
Yeah,
put words in the good dictionary?
I'll just talk to Boris tomorrow and we'll get it sorted.
Brilliant idea. Brilliant idea. More OKW Volksgrenadiers have come out. We have, meanwhile, sandbags and sandbags. Who loves sandbags? Woo! Ironic cheers from the chat there. Lovely stuff, lovely stuff. Flamethrower Engineers, Love Nest on a full pomp of victory, but will he get a victory parade today? He wants that big-ass, beautiful trophy, and will he have it happen?
Well, it's going to be a tough old slog, and I'm just looking at Alpen's commanders available as well. He's got the old Duffman commander, Elite Armor, just in case he wants to back up a Kubel with another little light vehicle. Grand Defensive K-Pen Doctrine with Special Ops. We all know Loveness does not like that commander. So I wouldn't be surprised if Alpen picks the old Spec Ops and starts sprinting, well, lightly jogging around, because it's not quite a sprint map, but...
Just like us trying to lose weight, Ed. Just a light jog at first, otherwise the knees will disintegrate. Meanwhile, in the east, Love Nest has combat engineers and conscripts all lining up. He's just trying to set himself up in this quadrant, but Crossroads has had some minor tweaks to try and push against that kind of activity. But let's face it, it's the same old map, and we're going to be in for a long old slog. Volksgrenadiers and Stone Pioneers do the Lord's work, pushing those combat engineers away. What are you making of this early game, Finn? It's tense stuff.
It is certainly tense stuff. We're seeing an early blob from Loveness get rid of the OKW presence on the left-hand side, and he used that time just to lay down some sandbags for the rest of the long game that we're predicting here.
Yeah, we certainly are, but that doesn't necessarily mean we're going to have that. Two Volksgrenadiers push in. We have... Stone Pioneer trying to put a mine on retreat here. This is sneaky from Alpernosaurus.
Yeah, Kimbo-esque, that's going to be on the retreat path of these conscripts. They can't chat in for too long on the front lines, knowing that they've got two models that could potentially just get evaporated before they get home to base. But instead, it's the Volks who have to get all off for some Marvin Gaye healing at base, where the SWS has been selected. Could it be Refero Chad mechanized, or the old tried and tested battle group? What do you think?
Could it be? We've got the Volksgrenadiers converging on this conscript, but the Kubel's so low. It's going to have to go a long way back to base. Will Loveness smell blood and try and cut it off at the pass? Likely not. He's burning alive right now.
Yeah, and he's maintaining this cutoff. He's just sitting in there, just biding his time, trying to deny fuel for Alpern.
Yeah. He's doing a good job of it. He's paying for fuel and blood as we speak, and there's that little Kubel getting back to base. And the Volksgrenadiers just survived in the meantime.
Yeah, staunch defense there. Even though decapped, I think that Flame Nade did some hefty work there, and possibly caught Loveness napping a bit in the tac map. He's not so much always going to be looking at the battlefield in play for these micro little engagements. So nice work there from Alpen. Forces off the conscripts and doesn't get base pinned for too long. But you got to give it to Loveness there, getting ahead on the resource wars very early on here.
Indeed, character. Oh god, we got locked in the weird overlay there. I'm not quite sure how that happened, but it did indeed happen. Findeed, I need a character profile on the players, please. How are they looking right now? They've been at it a long time.
Yeah, you can see the sweat forming on their brow now. Sweaty Gamers TV.
Oh gosh.
No,
By the way, that mine's just gone off. The shoe mine's blowing the shoes off 2 conscripts. They're not going to get them back anytime soon.
certainly not.
That's why they called that, by the way. Folks, Grenadiers on the combat engineers on retreat. And Alpern's OKW army is amassing.
Yeah, we're going to blob down the right-hand side. Wants to take that up.
Oh,
So
look
many
how
mines.
many mines! It's Christmas!
Yeah,
He's found loads of the buggers. Look at that!
Yeah, getting his money's worth out of that minesweeper right now.
Been listening to the great tactician from Finding Nemo, the seagulls, with that mine on the eastern flank.
I
But
knew what you said before you said it. That was lovely.
takes a lot of manpower away from Alpern if he hits them up. But good sweeping work though from the Swedish finalists.
Ed, if both of you, if you sweep Love Nest mines, you know what's going to happen? More
Slowly
Love
win the
Nest
game?
mines.
Oh.
Oh, more of them.
Denied.
Yeah, indeed. You'll keep planting them, indeed. It's Conscripts versus Kubel here. Love Nest is actually pegged back a little bit, and if you think about it, Alpern could be about to get double fuel.
Yeah, he certainly could, but Loveness sitting on 600 manpower, was 800. He's probably just invested in some tech, but he's waiting. I don't know what for. He's not got guards on the play, so we get a choice of an AT gun. But he's still got. Oh no, cancels for an MG. He's
very interesting.
Not sure what he's going to do.
Very interesting units in the build. If you're a German, it's called a Puma. Oh. And if you're English, it's called a Puma. I know which one Ed 80 Hertz is going to say, and it's certainly on its way. It's going to be a very interesting build from Alpern there.
Yeah, I think he's going all in. He's almost expecting an early T70. Tried to preempt it and have that Tier 2 vehicle ready to go, but it's got nothing to shoot at, really, so aha. Foiled again, Loveness will think.
Indeedy doody, the Puma is like some dystopian nightmare. Just look at this thing. I think the Germans focus too much on making their things look good rather than making enough of them to win a war. Just my hindsight 2020 vision there.
A Hugo Boss tank.
It is indeed. It looks like a boss, quite frankly. Now the, what's this? That's a Maxim. That's out for certain. Followed up by a Zis gun. Love Nest is buckling up for the long run. But the bigger story is he's lost the double fuel. Alpern's got to take advantage of that. Is a Luke's next?
He has. But I think Loveness deciding that once he's seen the Puma, he might as well not invest in a T-70. He's just going to bide his time out with a AT gun and loads of conscripts and see if he can get out a T-34-85 really quickly.
Indeed, yep. Sandbags being made good use of here. Pump Pumas on sandbag clearance duty. Loveness striking back right now, going for the northern cut-off here.
Yeah, and as Finn just mentioned there, T-34-85s, they almost seem better against OKW than they do against Austere. Can bounce the cannons a bit better, as well as taking 5 hits to take down. And their coaxials, Matt, just rip your infantry apart.
They really do. It's so surprising. There was a change a couple of years ago, and it's really made a big difference. Let's see if we can see what Ed's talking about right now.
Yeah, we've got the cutoff being retaken now by Alpern. An annoying manoeuvre, which he'll probably shut down once he gets his T4 out to defend that position.
Here we go. Maxim and Zis combo. Oh my!
Nearly.
Tracking him. He's tracking him. Will he find him? Got to do that in tournaments, maybe. Not actually. He's going to go home. Love Nest is preparing for the long run here.
Yeah, and Kubel's going to be a vital part of Alpern's army now that it's got Vet. He's going to be able to use it as basically a map tool without cheating.
No, that's always good in tournaments, if you can. It's always politely requested. Anyway, Zisgun sets up here with against Alpern's army. Is it on its way, Ed?
All quiet on the eastern and western front. A lot of action in the middle, though, as the Puma eats a mine. And everybody in these garrisons, so all the supporting units have vision, but Zisgun's not going to pursue. And Alpern gets away with it again. Maybe he's just building Vet by eating a load of damage. You know, that gets you to Vet 5 too.
We've got assault guns on the retreat path here. Conscripts having a bit of a bad time of it, but the red cover was removed for the Master League tournaments.
this cover's going to work against him now as his units get clumped up in that light cover. But yeah, the cutoff being returned by Alpine in favour.
Okay, and the Maxim pushed off. And I tell you what, I mean, just look at the tap map. Alpern's on fire.
Certainly is. He's getting that cutoff, and then he's pushing into the right-hand side, taking that fuel and munitions, which is significantly more vulnerable now that we've changed the map up.
Okay, predict the KD, predict the KD. Let's have a little look. Are you ready? Any takers? What do you reckon, Ed?
1.2.
4?
Anyone.
Whoa!
near
Look
enough
at
one.
the big brains on Ed 80 Hertz over here. We've got a pro.
Can't work it out though, so I don't know if I'm right or wrong, but Kubel Vet 2, and that's always a good thing for Alpen to keep that alive. Just such a pesky unit against conscripts.
Euro
at
Truck
max range.
Simulator engaged, Ed. What do you think about that? I mean, analyse this truck.
Oh, it's just packed full of potential.
You sound like a logistics marketing manager. Fantastic. Packed full of potential. Combat engineers on the Volks Grenadiers on retreat. Meanwhile, the Maxim's gunning them down. Tree's going to come to the rescue just about. Let's check out this engagement over here. What can we see, Finn?
Well, we can see the AT gun aiming directly at a bush, in the or in the hopes of getting the Puma, in fact, but using echolocation there to figure out where the enemy are.
Just had a mine detonate there. Let's go and see what that was. Well, I don't know if it was anything to do with this Volks Grenadier, but he's been forced away.
Some almost rage wiring in there from Loveless now, trying to secure up those southeastern points. But he's been on the back foot in this early game, and you rarely see him so far behind on the VP's early game. But Alpen definitely 1-0 for this so far. But as we transcend into the mid game, that lurking T-34-85 threat is on the cards for Loveness. Can he just get there and hold that VP long enough?
Let's see if that's a possibility. I mean, right now, let's face it, we're entering Crossroads Gaming. The game's settled. That early game frenetic pace has settled. We're waiting for medium tanks, aren't we, Finn?
Yeah, we certainly are. I mean, I wonder how far along Loveness is in his tech to getting towards that T-34, because that'll be an interesting thing to see. He hasn't quite got it there yet, so he's waiting for the fuel investment for his building, and then he'll be able to save for that long, expensive T-34-85. We've got some Obers coming for Alpen, deciding to double down his infantry against the Maxims. This might be a pretty good choice.
What are you liking about this commander choice, Ed? What's he going to make use of here?
Oh, it's just a massive slap in the face of Loveness, isn't it, going Spec Ops, because he knows from the past he doesn't like it. Last night he was saying, OKW, you have to go Spec Ops to me and Finn, as we were sharing all the same accommodations. So we knew he had this trick up his sleeve, but to save it for Game 5 of the final series, big balls from the Swede.
Chad's just a country in Africa. We need a new word.
Well, I think he'll be named Elpern Land because he deserves
Instead
it.
of Swahili Land or something, indeed. Right, okay, we've had the Puma. That's been damaged apparently. There's some mine craters and all sorts around, so probably something like that happened. But the big news is, let's just check in with Stefan. He's slipping off his hand off the trophy right now. He's going to have to dig deep.
If eyes could scream focus, I think Elpen is just on another level locked in. But he's proven it's worth it. And what do you think, Finn? This Ober pick this early on, do you like it or not?
Yeah, I think it's probably a good choice considering that Loveness hasn't gone for any light vehicles, and the counter to Obers tends to be light vehicles or vehicles of some kind. I think it's a good choice.
Oh! What just died there?
Kubel.
Oh dear, Kubel's taking a tumble elsewhere. Sorry about that, guys. Was it on camera? Thank God for that, Orange Pest. Good work, mate. Good work. It's been a long old weekend. Apparently,
memory
A's
remains.
left brain caught it on camera, and A's right brain didn't even know it. That's happy. Okay, we're fine.
First wipe for Loveness being of this game as we move into the 16th minute.
That's
and this
true.
is where Soviets can power on from this backing of a GG mortar, a Ziz, double Maxim. It's almost setting up nicely for Loveness, so any big fans of the big German still got a very good chance though, despite this VP deficit.
By the way, Loveness is continuing to have the pressure piled upon him because the victory point from was taken away from him in the east by Elpern. So good presence of mind to keep putting the pressure on the victory points, and it's beginning to tell a story in the upper part of the screen there, down to 2-8-2, 16 minutes into this game.
Yeah, so Loveness has been bleeding victory points in order to buy late game ability here by getting that T-34 out earlier. But will it pay off if he doesn't have the time to deploy that kind of armor in the late game?
Yeah, there it is. That's tier 4 we're alluding to. And he's got 90 fuel, so we know he's not going to go 76 mil. He wants the 85mm T-34 variant.
Or next level Katusha Rush, let's go. But I don't think we'll be saying that. He has indeed gone for, I think, the baby variant of the old T-34 bros. But we'll see if he keeps that or whether it was just a misclick. You never know. Apparently it was Elpern misclicking his commander last game, so Grand Finals can bring up anything.
Oh, he's threatening infiltration aids and incendiaries. Folks going to push away the Maxim there. Meanwhile, Lovenest has the central ground. He has the victory point. He has the fuel. So you know what Elpern's going to think about doing? Pushing eastward. And he's doing that right now from easterly direction, rather. And Lovenest knows it. Lovenest has to back up because Elpern's on a full tank of gas right now. He's pushing in from all angles, and Lovenest is all over the place.
Yeah, Elpern hasn't even revealed his commander yet. He did all that without using the hide his units on minimap ability. So I'm not surprised Loveness has decided to go for the baby T-34 variant because he's under so much pressure.
He is. 76 mil's got to save the day, just like it did for the Russians in many engagements in the Second World War. Here it is right now. It's got to get Lovenest back into this series because we could have an amazing underdog story.
Yeah, when the Wolf of Loveness is... Oh, as we see a nice nade thrown over the hedge there. But when the Wolf of Loveness is knocking at the door, you grab a baseball bat, you grab anything to bat it away as fast as you can. Use your fists. It's going to be a proper slugfest this into the last game, as we see. Good old pickup from Elpern. He's transcended well, despite getting a Puma that had pretty much nothing to shoot at for the early game. He's secured his mid-game 18 minutes with a P4 in tow. That's great timing from the Swede.
It really is. And Elpern's getting that Panzer IV Alpha J next. Lovenest has got an interesting army composition, let's say. Is that 2 Maxims?
It is.
What do we think about that, Finn?
Yeah, I think that this might be Lovenest deciding that he's under pressure from the infantry and he wants to set himself up for the late game when he's going to want to camp that middle VP in the right hand side. But is he playing for the late game too early? I think maybe he is.
Here it comes, yeah, indeed. Panzer IV knocking on the door. This is going to be either an easy Elpern win. I'm not going to say easy, that's wrong. Or
no such thing in the game 5. It's all been tough stuff at the moment, but I know what you mean, Matt. It's just, we can't see him glide to the win. He's going to have to fight for it each and every second in this brilliant RTS game.
Exactly. Just when you think he's going to glide to the win, it never happens. There's always a twist in Company Heroes at this level, at this stage of this level.
Yeah, it certainly is. I mean, one of the things that are going for Lovenest's favour right now is he's got pretty much like max veterancy on all of his infantry squads. He's going to have that power coming in buckets now that he's got 7-man cons as well. Let's see if he can just hold out.
Infiltration 8 on the Maxim. The Puma gets away. Conscripts low vet 3. Sturm Gevers, and then an MG34 tracking them. And he's past the vision. Meanwhile, the Panzer IV's looking for some action. This is all beginning to kick off on Crossroads.
That means Spec Ops is revealed now with that infiltration aid. It's the first ability that he has used. I think Loveness has known the slap in the face commander has been used against him now for sure. Surely he caught that. And yeah, Elpern with Command Panther as well as a late game unit. It has had a bit of a change with its abilities and its sight, but still pertinent late game unit here for OKW. I'm just so hyped for seeing OKW in a final, guys. It's hella rare.
Look at all of these folks grenadiers. I saw that from behind the bush. Let's go and inspect that. That's 20 Wehrmacht late war soldiers coming out to fight for Elpern's army. The man from Sweden looking for a famous tournament victory here versus one of the most famous Company Heroes players of all time.
Yeah, Alpern taking a leaf from Napoleon's book and coming in with a massive column of infantry to smash through the centre.
Oh dear, that could have been worse, but
That was
fortunately
close.
that was an attack ground from a Zisk gun. It was not a barrage from the Zisk gun. Obers remain alive for now.
Yeah, Vet 2 Obers at that. It's crucial that they stay alive. Vet 3 is their big
Radio
buff,
silence utilised.
as we
Love
see,
Nest
yep.
can't see. Doesn't know what's happening right now. And here he comes. We've got the Panzer IV coming in. And he's looking for a flank on the west, but Love Nest looks to have it covered relatively at least.
A dirty bounce on that, just basic T-34. It's a Puma, blocks it, but no! Phase shifting used to its full
18-8
capabilities.
as well. The Stern Pioneers are going for the Zisk gun. T-34 reverses away from the Puma, takes it out. Here comes the Panzer IV. Alpern's throwing. Is he too much here? Zisk gun down. Panzer IV pushes in. He's looking for the T-34. Can he get the shot? He misses by a whisker. Can he get another shot in? He's looking for it now. Here he comes. Alpern, he misses again. What driving by Love Nest? Alpern wants it though. He can't miss this one. There he goes. Zisk misses its shot. Looks like the Panzer IV is going to get away with it. Do we have any squads coming in on retreat? No, he should be fine. Let's check out the Panzer. It's going to be fine as well. It was a win for Alpern in Game 5. A famous victory incoming. Let's see.
Yeah, it was a great manoeuvre there to get the T-34, but it cost him a Puma, and painfully it's also cost him 2 squads. He's lost the Volksgrenadier and the MG, but he'll get that back.
Yeah, well picked up there, Finn. There was a lot of losses in that great push, but I think with the Puma dying, it's not too bad. It didn't really get too much done in this game, so I think slamming on the brakes and reversing behind the T-34 was clutch there to set up the kill. What an impactful game Alpern's having in this final of the Grand Finals. I'm just amazed. He's totally unfazed, up against probably one of the best in Love Nest in tournament history. And look at him, just look.
He looks happy.
Yeah, he's almost
happy.
relieved now after that GG push, but still, Love Nest is very much in this, folks. It ain't over yet.
Certainly isn't. Love Nest offering himself as a foil to a community hero at the moment. It's like he's contracted. Love Nest, will you do one more major tournament just so we can have an amazing Alpern win and a huge piss up? I'll just say it. Well, yes, I'll do it for a price. Well, let's see. Anyway, the biggest story though is that Love Nest is pretty damn good at fighting off his back. We've got a bundle nade in there, but a pretty decent recovery from the conscripts. We do have this big hefty, well, it's an 82mm. I'm used to saying it's 120, but it's not on this commander.
No, not today, but you've seen Love Nest on the back of that, and there's slightly less pressure from the infantry from Alpern, and he's deciding to go left and take that VP over there, despite losing the right one.
Yep, conscripts forced away from there. There's a shoe mine he evaded, and the Panzer IV Auf J. This is the new, that's the original one, 10 kills. We've got another one, he gets a trip rifle triggered somehow.
Yeah, rather the tank eats it than a Volk or an Ober model. But yeah, it does look quite anemic, the infantry forces for Alpern. So Love Nest still definitely very much in it with his conscript manpower superiority as the P4s look to change that. Get a good hit in, but a snared engine means they have to come back. And this is one of the things of OKW. It's very rare you would ever get 2 Stern Pioneers, so their fixie times can be very arduous.
This is arduous. That's a good word, isn't it, Findeed?
Yeah, Ed with the word spiel, yeah. Great words.
Very words. Very words indeed.
Very words indeed.
Right, 85 mils out yet again. We're 25 minutes and 9 seconds into this one. He's putting mines down to protect from that earlier flank, but will Alpern come from a different direction when he's got his radio silence back?
Oh yeah, we've got the T-34 out for Love Nest now, which will give him a bit more fighting power against this double Panzer IV build from Alpern.
It's a really tricky job casting in a room full of nerds. It really is, isn't it? It's really tricky. But fortunately for us, we can just rest assured that we're doing a good job. You can't miss when you're doing a tournament like this with such good, great community feels behind you. But right now, Love Nest is fighting back through the centre. By the way, we keep an eye on this. His Volksgrenadier is there for some reason. Let's see what he does later. Panzer IVs are having some good fun, as is this Ziskin climbing in its veterancy mission. Con indeed, thanks Hans, he's low. We've got an MG34 building, we're in for a long haul here.
Yeah, crucially though, no Raketten from Elpern, so against that big bad T-34-85, it's going to take some hauling down with just Faust and a couple of P4s. But yeah, Elpern, I just love his decapping of this bottom right-hand VP, especially on this map. We don't see it that much in previous series, but he's definitely putting that VP to work.
Obers fade away outside the house. Molotov goes in. He's burning down the house right now. Meanwhile, T-34-85 is about to make its presence truly felt. It's already got one kill, but that's not enough. He wants an Ober kill. That'll do. That'll help.
Yeah, most expensive. Some of the most expensive models in the game. I don't know. The
40 manpower, indeed.
So expensive, and that T-34 needs every kill it can get, so you can get the veterans to defend off these Panzer IVs. But yeah, you're right. I'm loving Love Nest's build right now. 2 AT guns, that T-34, and a whole bunch of infantry is going to make it so difficult for Elpern to push him off these points now.
Loveness fighting back, indeed. He's got 214 victory points. Is this winnable? Winnable, Ed?
Definitely winnable for both players as the Siamese twins Zizguns come running around the corner. Oh, big cross-eyed though on the setup. Instead we've got the P4 pushing away the T-34 in the middle. This is just all action stuff over that mid VP. Generally this map divulges into it.
He's coming in, Ed. He's coming in, son. He's got a damaged engine from the Faust from that, folks. He's looking for it, but the Zisguns to the right of your picture. Keep an eye on those bad boys. He can attack it right now. Combat Engineer's about to die in a world of flame. They get some shots on the Panzer IVs, but is it enough? We also have an 18-8 coming in from this side. Zisguns are going to turn around to face right now. Maxim pushes in. It's all happening right now. That was under radio silence, but is it going to work for him? The Zisguns are tracking. He's got line of sight thanks to this Combat Engineer. That could be a dead Panzer IV, Ed.
Yeah, and it could be a dead conscript as well. It's on 1 HP. It gets away somehow, some way. Runs past the gauntlet of 2 P4s. Now a Combat Engineer, Vet 3 Flamer.
This has got to get this kill. That could be both engineers down if he doesn't. He's got one to shoot at over here, another to shoot at there. He's picked both. He's trying to dance between both of them. What driving by Elpern. That was absolutely fantastic. That was fantastic play. To do that at that moment, he knows how good that was. He knows how good it was. Oh, but Loveness says, not today. Not today, indeed. You can be cute, you can be smart, but the cold steel hammer of Loveness may come crashing down regardless.
What a max range shot there, and Loveness, you can just never ride him off. Found the presence of mind just to nope, not back up anymore and set up, and boom, down goes that P4. Elpern's army value's not looking too great now. He went for double MG, no Raketten, so I think it's going to be the big bad command Panther surely to balance this out, Finn.
Let's all take a breather. Let's all take a breather. Let's just take stock.
Players certainly are. They've got to reassess after that big old fight. We're seeing Loveness go. Oh, he's decided to make better use of his conscript. Yeah, I think without any kind of indirect fire from Elpern right now, he's going to really struggle to dislodge his double Maxim build and double AT gun. Maybe he needs something a little bit indirect to break this deadlock. What'd you say?
GB Lieutenant's back in the good books. He just recommended a Strepsil. Good shout, good shout.
Running fixie-fixies for Matt's voice. It's all good. He'll get there to the finish line, folks. He has to.
Of course we will. We will indeed, Ed. We've been through too much together. Too many Master League tournaments. We're now in the big leagues. And we're watching two magicians at work. Stern Pioneers, what are you doing, though? That ain't good play.
Now, it looks like as we go in past the 30-minute mark, I think Loveness is just building momentum.
Mine!
Oh,
mine
mining
indeed!
the base.
Can he get the Stern Pioneers at least? No! Takes down the telecommunications.
Good old base inspection, but very well read there from Elpern. Had that sanctuary mine at the edge of the base. Oh, Loveness though, second T-34-85 coming out. This is big, Finn.
This is big, but this is bigger. This is one of the most famous units in Company of Heroes history. This is the Command Panther. Have to be a little bit careful there because he doesn't know it's there yet. Now he does. The Command Panther is an assassin of tanks, a destroyer of dreams, and he wants to end Loveness's dream of GCS Championship yet again right now. But the Ziskuns have him. What is Alpern doing?
Narrowly avoided a second
Gonna be
barrage
fine.
there.
There's no snares, but the Ziskuns don't care. Can they turn around in time? Doubtful, because this transmission's fully working. Oh my lord! He bananaed that shot around the edge of the tree there. What was
bended
that?
like Beckham for the AT gun crew there. But yeah, he's got a lot of repairs to do, and he's just lost his infantry force, the majority of it in the centre, which means he's going to get cut off from his resources as well, and potentially a threat to his Panzer HQ. This is a rough spot for Alpern now.
It really is a rough spot. Everything's in base. You want to see Alpern? There's your drag selection box.
I think the roughest thing about all of this was probably the build order with the Puma. Didn't get too much done with it, so he doesn't have the back tech for healing and the old Pooper guns and the ISGs.
Oh no! Alpern in a world of hurt. Here comes the 18A. Where's the follow-up? There's the follow-up. He's down and out. This is his army. We now have to ask a big question of Alpern. Does he want this? Can he battle back? I say yes. I've seen him do it today. Now we need to see if we can do it right now, because we're at Last Chance Saloon. Can he make it happen? We've got our army on screen. He's got a Command Panther, for God's sake. That's a good asset.
Definitely big bad asset there. Fixed asset in just sat there in the base though. No utilization yet for Alpern. He went in for a crazy charge, couldn't get much done, but you know, there's no question of his will map, but it is a big question of skill here as Loveness comes in, trying to clear out a second MG of Alpern's.
Shoe mine there, and the T-34 backs away from it. The Panthers looking for him. The Obers are overwatching. There's another T-34 to help out. What can you assess, Finn?
Well, Loveness has already invested in his AT guns, and I think it's now time for Alpern to do the same. He's going to have to get some Rakettans if he wants to threaten these T-34-85s and keep them at bay.
Here he comes. Got Folks Grenadiers watching on. Panther surveying the situation. Obers climb to Veterancy 4. Will the conscripts live to tell the tale?
Yeah, I agree with Finn on the old Rakettan front. It's been strange. Maybe Alpern does not like them or has been mistreated by good old Rakettans in the past. But no time for lawsuits now. He's just got to crack on with this game, get back into it, because Loveness has stolen all the momentum in the last 10 minutes.
Yeah, like a vampire.
He certainly has. He just takes up your energy. He soaks it up and he uses it against you. He thrives in these moments. But he has a really good commander for the late game, of course. IL-2 Sturmovik attacks. Got an IS-2. Not that we'll see that. Well, he's got 88 pop cap. We're not going to see it at this rate. Oh, he hit the sandbag there, not the Obers. That could have been worse.
Yeah, I think Alpern with the infantry force, he just needs to round it out now with some indirect fire and some Rakettans. I think he's in for a good game, but yeah, Loveness built like we say at the beginning, he built this force up to be powerhouse in the late game, and it's really showing now.
It is indeed. It really is. We've got a moment to breathe. 34 minutes in.
We almost have to ask ourselves, Stuka question mark? Because how is he going to get rid of these two Ziz guns? Both of them veterancy 2. Command Panther doesn't do too great against infantry or support weapons. So it'll be intriguing to see what Alpern goes for to try and close out his PopCap build, which is already at 68. It ain't cheap on the old OKW.
Certainly is not. Right, we've got a central protection from Loveness. We've got an eastern protection from Loveness. He's closing out this game, Finn. Or is he?
I think he is. I mean, it's lovely to see the way that Loveness plays. When he's on the defensive, he's on the right-hand side, playing in his territory. And now that he wants to put on the pressure, he's moving straight over to this left-hand side, to make Alpern do the same.
People are saying he needs Rakettans. Everyone's saying he's Rakettans. They're just calling for it in chat.
Maybe they're just gun shy. It's not meant to be for the old the upgraded 5-man crew now with these latest patches, but still very flimsy. And I think T-34-85s and the coaxials just shred them down as the Command Panther takes a big bonk on the nose from downtown of these Ziz guns, working in unison as always. I'm pretty sure they're control grouped, Finn. I don't know.
Yeah, I'm pretty damn sure they are. I mean, we're always seeing them move in tandem. I think if we were to go over there and have a look, we'd probably see them on Group 1.
Probably make that out if you had really good vision.
Which we don't.
No, you and I certainly do not. In this lull of moments, let's just check out chat, the nerdlings. Let's see the attendees. How are they doing? They're waving, they're alive.
They're still paying attention.
They're still paying attention, they're listening to us. I'm very surprised with our German and Dutch contingent on the left. That you actually heard that. Jibber's laughing, he knows what I mean. Orange Pest guilty as charged. To be fair, I have been using Orange Pest as like a secret analysis caster the entire day because he's been just going constantly. It's been quite helpful. It's been quite helpful to be fair.
Yeah.
He's doing my job for me. Just a shame I couldn't do your job for you.
Oh. Burr. I was going to say that.
Yeah. The immediate comeback is it would have lasted 2 minutes if that happened. Right, anyway.
I'm now imagining Orange Pest is actually the devil on your shoulder rather than a secret analysis. But
Right, okay. There was a really good moment for a lull in activity / some banter with the attendees because we are in the crossroads zone. We're in that middle period where we're going to see amazing ending, but how is it going to happen?
Well, Alpan's shaken off the shell shock of the last 10 minutes and he's finally locked in a Raketin, guys. So I think this is very much needed against this T-34-85 Armada.
Guys,
And Loveness Matt can still even finish off the pop cap further for the Soviets and put another T-34 in there. So yeah, it's looking very good for the big German at the moment, but Alpan still yet again
Not
trying
good,
to decap.
Dude, he's capping with the stern pioneer. I saw this on the minimap, and there's the shark that found him. That's going to be a difficult retreat path. Just check out the west. In the meantime, we'll go back to that difficult retreat path now. T-34 is going to track him and going to absolutely destroy him. Possibly. There's no more mines, I don't think. Loveness doesn't know that. Is he going to be stopped by the invisible mine? No! He's gone for it.
he's going in. Oh, these are his only repairs.
Oh, coaxial machine gun kill by Loveness. Meanwhile, in the west, we've got a blob coming. Alpern didn't like losing that Stern Pioneer. Neither did the Command Panther. He's got coordinated fire. Engaged on the T-34. Here come the cavalry. They've wiped a Zis gun. Command Panther going for the T-34. However, one Zis survives. And the Command Panther doesn't like that. He's going to back away. Alpern was not able to get the vengeance he sorely desired.
And in doing that, he's put some big damage onto his Panther now, which he's going to struggle to repair. And
yes, the Stern Pioneers are bloody dead.
Yeah, and he's actually foregoing them. He's going for a new unit right now. He's probably going to have to rely on tech repairs.
What a pick!
Yeah.
That is a pick. That is a fantastic pick. I have been begging OKW players in tournaments to go for this unit. I've been begging them for half a bloody decade, and I'm really happy about that. This is a really cool pick. And everybody's going to realise it when you see what it does on a big open field like this against this. Finally, Sonny's going to go for it. It's probably going to die immediately now.
The good old skateboard tank for OKW in the build. Won't mention the name, but Alpern, though, has finally could get rid of these annoying sandbags with the Raketin. And we see the counter for Loveness in the build as well. That's an interesting final piece, despite having two Zis guns.
Oh, here they come, chaps. There's no spoilers at all. They're about to hit. We've got the Jagdpanzer IV, a casemate tank destroyer of evil design. And we've got the S... Oh, whoa, it got cancelled.
Yeah, it got cancelled.
It got cancelled. It was pop-capped, apparently. I'm sorry, he cancelled that at literally 99%.
He did. PopCap locked and then decided to go for a different unit instead. We won't mention that quite yet, but certainly we can get hyped over this tiny little square boy on the field with a mosquito nose.
Is he going to suckle some nectar out of a flower or something? Looks like a hummingbird, doesn't it?
It's certainly going to suck some fun from Love Nest.
Oh my! Well, it is now with a rear shot, despite physics. This time a frontal shot, proving physics exists.
It all counts as veterancy. As we see, the Raketin has been wiped or cleared.
Oh,
I don't know if Alpern can get back and recrew that. 7-man cons now for Loveness, perfect for recrewing enemy weapons. And yeah, I think it got recrewed just there by Alpern. So he is going to get the Raketin home. So Raketin, skateboard tank, and Command Panther, very anti-tank heavy. We're just going to be hard carry for Elpern of the 5-star Obers.
Yes, I was going to say, the Obers have a lot of work to do, and they're doing a lot of work right now. 35 infantry kills in total.
Yeah, the only thing missing from Elpern's army now is a bit of indirect fire, but I don't think he's going to have room to do this. He's going to want to go in for these big old in pushes and try and wipe these AT guns so he can capitalise on the armour advantage he now has.
The victory points 192 to 187. We're 41 minutes into this all-time classic. That's not hypecasting, that's just what is happening right now. Panther going to the western side. Conscripts are going to hold the line for now. It's a triple cap, Ed.
Yeah, the ever thoughtful Loveness. As soon as he takes that mid VP, bam, gets the sandbag down. Behind sandbags on the west VP. This is classic Soviet digging gameplay. And 900 manpower as well to boot, Matt. He's, you know, like a kid in a candy shop. He can pick whatever he wants if he loses a unit here. 100 on the dime pop cap, so efficiency gaming.
Just the Soviet Union for the Second World War, my friend. Lose 1 million men, you've got a few countries you can utilise. Kazakhstan, send the Kazakhs in. Easy. 900 manpower. They've got surplus manpower. Lower the conscription age. It's absolutely fine. Panther versus T-34 in the west there. He's dominating the centre. Nothing to see here. Let's just focus on that. Can Elpern fight out of this predicament, Finn?
Definitely think he can. He's still got the tools. He's going to need a little bit of time to re-get his forces up to scratch again, but I think he's shown us in previous games that he can definitely pull the cat out of the bag in these tight situations at the end of the game. Trouble is, Loveness can just instantly build that IS-2 once he loses some units, which is going to be a bloody scary thing to face.
Oh, the IS-2 could be interesting indeed. Yeah, and 1,000 manpower, 377 fuel. Loveness has this in the bag. This is Elpern. He's got to make this happen because right now Loveness is basically going to be hoisting this trophy in around 10-20 minutes time.
I don't know. All we do know from this this best of 5 series, we can't count either player out. As we see 3 Vet 5 Volks now, Vet 5 over. So this is OKW coming into the late game. They've got that veterancy, but Loveness has the pop cap efficiency, I think, and that just means so much wiggle room as we see Katusha slinging in rockets overhead.
Oh, MG hurt, Panther hurt as well. And the Zis guns have done their work. They've dominated the battlefield for Loveness. Elpern's dripping down. He's on 125. He'll be in double-digit figures very soon.
Certainly will. I think this is going to be the impetus, though, that Elpern needs to pull the trigger on a big, bad, horrible push that will take Elpern off guard.
I'm so upset that the Jagdpanzer 4's not really doing anything. That's really upset me.
I'm sure it will. Just needs to get it in the right place.
The Stern Pioneer's dying was brutal.
That was so bad.
Do you know what? If we put down this game win, to me, it'd be the fact that Loveness decided to go over the previous mining spots. That was like courageous in a way. What do you reckon, Ed?
Yeah, fool me once didn't really count for Loveness. He didn't care about being fooled twice. He went straight in and seized the opportunity. I think knowing just how much he forced those Stern Pioneers to repair meant he knew they probably wouldn't have had time to lay another mine there. So, yeah, big brain tactics here from Loveness, and the map is looking pretty blue. And Elpern, after a fantastic start, everybody thinking he's just going to stalk Blitzkrieger's way to victory, has been pegged back here from the middle game of Loveness's revival.
Survival indeed. I mean, it's a long time ago, but Elpern looked likely to win this in the early game. Don't forget, we've got a big push in here. We've got the Jagdpanzer, we've got the Command Panther. He's got vision on this T-34, but the Zis is watching on. We've got suppressed Obers there, not helping. The Katusha's out in the open as well. This could be a huge moment for Elpern. Katusha's safe. Can he get the shots in? Chat's willing him on. Here comes that Clutch Jagdpanzer. Clutch Jagdpanzer says goodbye. That's just the Command Panther. Good work by Elpern.
Oh, it's so close. Does manage to get away, but it's I mean he's Elpern needed that, as we heard from behind, but the trouble is that Loveness has just got vast amounts of resources. It doesn't hurt him that much. He loses some veterancy, but that's kind of it.
He does indeed. 95 victory points though. He may have killed a tank out of Loveness' vast reserves of resources, but victory points, as Ed always says, is the most important metric.
Yeah, and another one is that pop cap value for Loveness. doesn't have enough PopCap for the IS2 rebuild, as chat are demanding it, but doesn't have the availability at the moment, as we see Raquette and Decrude again doing what they do best. But all folks still alive, that Vet 5 Ober still alive, and some much needed veterancy on the Command Panther. So from all of that, pretty good for Alpan considering.
Is this just a bad composition, Finn?
Yeah, I think it is. I think he either needed some earlier Rakettans and maybe some indirect fire. But to be honest, I mean, I think OKW is good on this map, but Loveness just completely outplayed him with the build that he's gone for in the late game. He lost his opportunity in the early game to win out, and now he's sort of paying the price for it. I do think that maybe he should be harassing his right-hand VP a bit more, because it's kind of uncontested. There's nothing over there.
75 points remain. Bundle made throw to nothing. Alpen's bundles have not been great today. Vet 5 Obers have thrown their Mortar takes them out. Oh my.
Can you right Mortar without GG? And that was the Vet 5 Obers, guys. I don't know, that was huge impact there. 1 shell, 3 models, but there was such low HP. I don't know why that retreat was so late from Alpan.
Oh no, the rumble of thunder. Track's about to bury you. This is the IS-2, and it's a big heavy tank, and the Germans fear the 122 millimeters. And will it carry Loveness to a famous and possibly final Grand Championship Series victory for Company of Heroes 2, at least?
I think he might do, and if we see right now, he's also got a T-3485 in the build as well, so if anything else dies, that's going to pop out immediately. Like twins.
Oh, wow. Do they? That sounds messy. That sounds very messy. Here comes that 122mm cannon, flapping the MG, and then the MG of the IS-2 finishes off. Alpen's going to have to do something crazy. He's got a snare off on the T-34, but what's that going to do against such reckless hate?
It's all in from Alpen, but he has no choice now. He's just got to throw caution into the wind.
Oh.
Perhaps he can take out this big behemoth of a unit, but without the Volks and support, it's going to be hella difficult. Has to back up. JP4 taking a lot of heat from those Liz guns. Just the impact of that mortar shell. How it can end off a battle or just kill out the hopes of Alpan, who's done so valiant, so well to get to this stage of the finals.
Loveness is at 100 population cap, Alpen at 53. We all need to start thinking about what drinks we want to drink and how we want to congratulate both of these fantastic players.
Hey.
And indeed, that is indeed what is happening right now. What a series. What a fantastic series. GG indeed. We're getting the curtains open because we've got a very in real life celebration to ferry us on now. And let's just give the players a moment's breath. Chat, we're going to get ready for the trophy celebration and we'll be right back with you in less than a few minutes. Enjoy yourselves with a little bit of music. We're going to prepare to create a send-off for CoH2, which has been started off as an absolutely ugly red-headed stepchild that you keep under the stairs, but now it's a celebrated academic with a PhD. CoH2 became a really good game in the end. Who would have thought that?
It certainly did, and we're right here with it, and I'm so glad.
Yeah, CoH2's brought us together. Despite its warts and all, it ended up being a really good game thanks to all the community. Relic for sticking with it. Fantastic people in this competitive schism of the community for somehow believing in this. And look what it's led us to. It's bloody lovely. And we're going to have a great trophy celebration in a couple of minutes' time. And it's going to be fantastic as well. So give yourselves a couple of minutes and we'll be right back with you. Cheers.
Cheers.
And we're back live, and what a tournament it's been, everybody. Oh, yes, it's been. Look at all these beautiful people. I don't know why I say people. It has been a sausage fest, let's be honest. We're here. We've had an amazing tournament, and we're not going to wax lyrical about it because you've all seen it. Why do we have to do that? We've got the memories already. And let's just start congratulating the players that were in the grand final. And we're going to start off with somebody that won our hearts and minds this weekend and in many streams before that. It's twitch.tv/Alpen, everybody. What an absolute legend. What a legend this guy is. What a legend. You've been through hell, you've been through virtual war. And the only thing I can say as a tourney organizer, it's runner-up second places like that make me want to run more tournaments. So
Yeah, cheers. Was fun.
that's good to hear. And that's good to hear. We all want to see more action like this in CoH2. And will you be around to be a part of that?
Of course. Yes, I will.
And just honestly, we all thought you did amazingly today. We're not going to go into tactics because it's time for, enjoying the spoils of our victory. So congrats on second place. Tom's got a little prize for you here for your stream, possibly. It's a GCS Lego collage of the logo there. And you get $400 and his name goes down in history. So well played, Alpin. Well played, mate. And then it kind of would have been obvious when you looked at the seeding. Our Love Nest, he's won something before, but players like him did not make it easy. In fact, he nearly bloody lost. But then he went and won anyway. Of course he did. It's Love Nest. Oh, well done, sir, well done. Not one step back. And you didn't take one, but for a second it looked like you might need to.
Yeah, that was the motto of the last game, pretty much. Alpin gave me such a hard time, especially in that last game. I thought, after the first couple of, up to the 20-minute mark, I thought he had it. Yeah. But I kind of crawled my way back into the game, and I'm proud of myself. But yeah, Alpin would have deserved this as much as I do.
That's lovely sportsmanship. Lovely sportsmanship. And just for the record, one last handshake on a fantastic grand final. What a competition it was. And Coolio and I, we did a lot of work. And if it wasn't for this man, this wouldn't have happened because I was burnt out after GCS2, to be honest. I was never going to do this again. And he had a venue in his mind. He sold me on this idea. And I was like, who's this guy? What's he on about? A fishery? That sounds ridiculous. And then he did drone footage. And then I saw the place and I was like, hang on a second, that looks pretty damn good. And it turned out to be a fantastic, fantastic event. So big thanks to Coolio, everybody. Big thanks to Coolio. And he gets a very cool job around about now because he gets to give Love Nest the spoils of his victory. Get the Panzerfaust of confetti ready.
Oh, I'm ready. Rear engine damage.
Congratulations. It takes so many people to make this community possible. It's not one champion, organizer, casters, creators of tournaments. It's not a legend in a US suit. It's not Helping Hands, the best streamer we've had, somebody that made Mill Road. It's not Ed 80 Hertz. It's every single one of us, including you guys in chat. It's the modders that made CoH2 this incredible game that you could play Star Wars in. It's the map makers. It's Relic themselves for selling skins with whales and dolphins on. And they're making CoH2 as well, which looks pretty damn good so far, to be fair. It's each and every one of us that makes this possible. And you know who you are if I'm speaking your name right now. We've had a great time. We hope you have too. And we're going to go off now and enjoy the rest of our evenings. Thank you so much for watching. It's been a great tournament. And we've been the CoH2 community. Cheers.